Hi, I'm Tamara and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to talk to you about borderline personality disorder and the daddy component. That's an area that we don't talk about too much, or I haven't seen very much about it, but I think we need to explore it more, talk about it more, figure it out more, because I think it is a key factor to preventing someone from having to suffer through the pain and the turbulence of borderline personality disorder. So how does someone get borderline personality disorder anyway? 9 times out of 10, a break in the attachment bonding process. Yes, they could have been severely abused. Yes, there could have been severe neglect. But that abandonment component is because there wasn't anyone there consistently to teach the child that someone is always there for you. There was a break somewhere in that. So anytime I meet with someone who I think could possibly have borderline personality disorder, whether it's a child or an adult, I always kind of figure out what was going on during the first 3 years of that child's life. Now, some people can have a chaotic life after that, but what people don't realize is the first 3 years, when a child has a harder time verbalizing to you, expressing themselves, sometimes people can think, oh, it's just a baby, they're okay. No, that's when people make fatal mistakes that could impact someone's life forever. A child must bond with a caregiver. Now, some people have been severely abused, and so it's more obvious. But there are some people who are just very sensitive to abandonment. So as babies or very young age, there could have been just a short period of time where there was a break, and that was enough to trigger that attachment issue. In an ideal situation, we have both parents that are there. When you have a baby, what does that baby need? What is their frontal lobe wiring around? Because a person is born with a brain, with genetics, with all of these different things, but some of it depends on environment, what's happening during your critical period of development. So what kind of experiences are happening during that child's development? That is critical and key. The parents are very responsive to this baby. Many times the mother is the primary caregiver, but that dad is also going to offer support. The mom has just gone through a very intense experience, knowing that dad is going to step in and be supportive of his wife and be protective and make sure she's okay, make sure baby's okay, keep things going. Also bond with the baby. You definitely want to encourage that father component of a baby's development so that they do feel comfortable with the child. For example, maybe dad puts the baby on mismatched pajamas and the mom is like, why are you doing that? They have to be allowed to have some trial and error and make mistakes and connect with the baby. You're meeting that baby's needs. The baby sees you every day. You are connecting. That's when your brain is wiring around, how am I being treated? Am I being abandoned? Am I being neglected? It needs to be consistent caregiving with someone that baby knows and connects with. That is critical. So it can't be, well, this person has my baby this day and this person has my baby that day. No, you need to be there every day. Most people have to work. So yes, when you come home and you take care of that baby after work, it should be consistent. It should be bonding. You should be playing with the baby, responding. That's a critical piece. It's very important for primary caregiver number 1, mom, primary caregiver number 2, dad, to be attached and connected with that child. Because if something happens, mom isn't there, that baby has person number 2 that they're really connected and bonding with. So the daddy component, where does that come in? What is going on during those first 3 years of development? Is there a lot of fighting with the mom and dad? Is the dad running away from his responsibility? Is he not connecting with his wife? Is he absent? Are some of the things that he's doing negatively affecting that wife? Like, is he not consistent? Is he cheating? Is he not coming home at night? Is he not working? Is he putting too much pressure on her? Is he not supportive? If a woman is in a depressed state, her parenting is going to look different than if she is in a healthy mental state with lots of support. Do some women go through postpartum depression? Absolutely. That's a chemical imbalance. They can't help it. But if that dad is there to really offer support and bridge the gaps, that's going to tremendously help that baby. So, number one, it's important to have children with someone that you trust, that you're bonded with, that you are connected with, that you are actively making that relationship work. There are a lot of great fathers, but the ones that think that not bonding with their child is okay, mistreating the child's mother is okay, being here one day, not here the next, not holding that baby, not connecting. I talked to a dad who said that he, for some reason, was not connecting with his child, but he went and got counseling, and then he was able to bond. So that's being a good father. That's knowing that, okay, something's a little off. What do I need to do here? If for some reason parents are not together during those first 3 critical years, it's very important to have some consistency there. You were in the house with the kid for the first year and a half. Now you're gone. Now you disappeared. That's psychologically damaging to that baby's development. So it needs to still be consistent. You need to allow that dad to really bond with the kid. Don't play those kinds of games that I'm using this child against you. That is not fair. Dads, it is important how you treat your mate. It is critical to the development of your child, and it's not okay to not have a conscience with how you treat the woman in your life, because what you're doing is going to have an impact on someone else's life. And how can the person who's angry help that other person out of the situation? Like, how can I support you in trying to mend this fence? So if you are mistreating a woman and she feels anxiety and depression because of how you are treating her, it may be difficult for her to connect with that baby in the way that is so critically important. So men, you do play a role. The second thing is, when there is a separation of the dad, sometimes we think, or we used to think, oh, that mom is there. That's all the kid needs. They just need a mother. That is not true. That dad component is critical. It is very important too. And for some people, it can create borderline personality disorder. Some studies have said that the babies will oftentimes switch from mom to dad at about 18 months old. So there can be some switch over. If that baby is really attached to dad and then dad disappears, or he starts having these crazy patterns because he's mad at mom, that's jarring and traumatic. There's only so much resilience that a baby or a toddler can have to that if you're really bonded with that child. So you gotta be consistent in order for them to develop and for their brain wiring to wire around positive experiences where you show the child you are safe, I am here, I am protecting you, I'm loving you, I am consistent. There are a couple of celebrities that I think have borderline personality disorder. Demi Lovato says that she has bipolar disorder. I noticed that there's often a mix-up in bipolar and borderline because many borderlines go into rages like bipolar people can, but there's a lot more going on. And Demi Lovato has expressed a lot of issues with her dad disappearing out of her life and not being there and not being consistent, and how that is just the key factor to the feeling of emptiness and longing and missing him and hurting. The good thing about Demi is she's doing some work now with offering therapy to her fans, which I think is so incredible. The other person that I think might have borderline personality disorder is Kendra Wilkinson. You can see a lot of acting out behaviors in her teenage years. She was running away, doing drugs. Demi Lovato also had that issue because they want to numb out. They want to disappear from their pain, from the trauma with trying to make it through every day. Kendra had issues with drugs. She also had the daddy component. Him leaving was very traumatic for her. When parents separate, that relationship component comes into play. Mom can start acting or having some borderline traits even if she's not one, and that can severely impact the mom's parenting. What was happening those first 3 years of life? Was dad in and out? Was it causing mom to freak out, withdraw, panic? I can't take care of this kid right now because I'm not in an emotional state, so now you take the kid. I don't know. Some people have no idea why they have that, and it's because most of us don't have a memory of what we were doing before the age of 3. So it's just this mystery of, why do I feel this way? You know, I have a loving, supportive mom here, so what happened? It could have been that the parents went through a really tough time. Maybe dad was cheating, maybe mom was cheating, somebody disappeared. That's not good. Borderlines also tend to have what I call an it factor that is very engaging, that draws you in. Look at Marilyn Monroe. I mean, there's something very appealing and intriguing, and I think that's nature's way of making someone take care of them. They always have something very likable. They could be life of the party. They could make great celebrities because there's something very different about them that stands out, that's very charming, that can really lure you in. That dad has a critical key, which is amazing and wonderful. You got to be there, you got to be supportive, you got to be active, you got to be consistent. No matter what anybody has ever done to you, please don't mirror that, because you could be the trigger that jolts someone into developing a lifelong, excruciatingly painful disorder that the person had no control over having. They can be very difficult to deal with. They have very turbulent relationships. They are looking always for someone to attach to bond to, because there was a break in it. You know, you don't want somebody to have to live their lives searching for that. It's extremely painful. They push people away, people run from them. It's like, it's just this chaotic world that many times can be prevented. And I'm not saying it can always. There are genetic components, there's lots of things that go into it, but the number one key factor is you got to have bonding with that child. And the dads, they have to step it up in how they treat that mother. If you have borderline personality disorder, I would encourage you to fight for your healing, not to just, oh, I'm trying to find somebody new to attach to, so I'll go to therapy, or I'm still going to be, you know, the psychiatrist is giving me medications, but I'm still drugging. Those drugs will interfere with the appropriate medicines that are helping to contain that depression and anxiety. Get the help that you need so that you can live a better life, but it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight that is not fair to you, but you don't want to hurt people that come along your pathway because of the effects of the disorder. So I hope this helps someone today, and I hope we can continue to figure out ways to help people with this debilitating personality disorder. So please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you can check out more videos like this, and enjoy your day. Bye!